Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
Two big stories on this massive news day. 5 people, including the head of the state health department, charged with involuntary manslaughter in the Flint water crisis.
This is about accountability, and this is about trust, and it's about restoring accountability and trust to the families of Flint.
But first, tragedy near Washington. A gunman opens fire on a group of congressmen practicing for a charity baseball game. A GOP leader injured, and a Michigan native caught in the crossfire.
And you are looking at brand new video just released. It shows the shooter, James Hodgkinson, firing his gun for 5 full minutes until Capitol Police were able to neutralize him. Hodgkinson has died from his injuries.
And let's take a live look now, Kim, at the ball field. A much different scene tonight as police continue to search for why all of this happened. We're glad you're with us for Local 4 News at 5. I'm Devin Skillion.
And I'm Kimberly Gill, live in Washington, D.C., as the city is reeling after this morning's attack at a baseball diamond right across the river from me here at the Capitol in Alexandria, Virginia. That's where a group of Republican congressmen were practicing for a charity baseball game. I just caught up with Representative Mike Bishop, who was at the practice this morning. We'll hear from him coming up in just a moment. But first, we want to start our coverage with Jay Gray. He is in Alexandria tonight with more. Jay?
Good evening. The FBI now the lead agency in this investigation. You see some of their equipment just over our shoulder here. It's an investigation that is expanding not only here at the scene, but now also at the suspect's home in Illinois. Just after 7 this morning, the rattle of gunfire replaces the crack of a bat.
Shots being fired, and there are people running, possibly victims involved.
An attack on Republican congressmen as they practice for a charity baseball game.
We were doing batting practice, and all of a sudden we heard shots, and it was clear pretty quickly that there was a shooter there with a high-powered rifle.
Police say that shooter was 66-year-old James T. Hodgkinson, a man with a violent criminal history. Witnesses say he sprayed the field with bullets, firing dozens of rounds.
He was crouched behind a wooden piece of the stands, and he had a AK-47.
At least 5 people were hit.
We have another one down. I think it was a total of 5 down. We will need another back.
Among the wounded, House Majority Whip Steve Scalise. As a member of congressional leadership, he had a security detail, Capitol Police, who rushed in, engaged in a firefight that lasted several minutes.
The security detail saved a lot of lives.
Hodgkinson died as a result of wounds from the gun battle. Federal agents are now searching his home in Belleville, Illinois, and remain at the scene of the attack, trying to piece together how and why it happened. Now, as the investigation continues, we've also learned from congressional leaders that charity baseball game between the Republicans and Democrats, it will continue as well. They'll play tomorrow night at National Park. In Alexandria, Virginia, Jay Gray, Local 4.
Okay, Jay, thank you for that report. As I mentioned earlier, I spoke with Representative Mike Bishop. As you know, he represents parts of Livingston and Oakland counties, and he spoke with me. He was at the practice, and he saw everything that happened. He described the feeling as feeling like sitting ducks. Here's a portion of that interview from earlier. Congressman, you've had a few hours to kind of digest what has happened. How are you doing, and just what's going through your mind right now?
Well, I am very concerned about my friends and colleagues who were victims today. That's my greatest concern. I'm also very grateful to the Capitol Police for their heroics today. We would not be here. I would not be here today if it had not been for them. Incredible what they did today.
One of the victims was Oakland County native Matt Mica. He's a Tyson lobbyist. You saw what happened to him. Can you describe what you saw?
Well, he was gravely injured, chest wound.
How many times was he shot? Do you have any idea?
Multiple times. I don't know, and I'm not sure what the nature of the injury is precisely, but I do know that he's in surgery right now, and he's still in very critical condition. We're watching and waiting to hear.
So where were you standing in all of this? So the gunman was closer to home plate then, or?
Third base.
Third base, okay.
Right directly along the fence line. I was at home plate, as were many of us, because we were going to batting practice. There were some folks in the infield as well. I believe he fired at the third baseman and missed. He was so close, I don't know how he missed, but he did.
And the person who was at third base?
Trent Kelly, member from Mississippi. And I saw Trent coming running over, and he yelled shooter, and everybody hit the deck, knowing just in complete confusion at that point, because why in the world we're playing in a charity baseball game at 7 o'clock in the morning? Who would have ever thought? And we're blessed, quite blessed to be here today. I cannot say enough good about, be more effusive in my support for the Capitol Police and what they did. If they hadn't come in when they came in, we would have had no chance. We were sitting ducks and we had no cover whatsoever. And they came into that scenario with just their handguns and knew full well that they were putting themselves in harm's way. But they gave us that moment of cover so that we could seek shelter.
Okay, we want to get back to Metro Detroit right now, and Rod Maloney, he's been getting details on the lobbyist that was injured in the shooting. His name's Mica. He's an Oakland County native, and everybody here has nothing but good to say about him, Rod.
Yeah, that's right, Kimberly. He grew up in Southfield. He went to Southfield Lathrop High School. He then graduated, went on to Adrian College, studied, ironically, law enforcement, political science. And everything we heard about him today says that he was not only that guy that makes everybody feel good, but the kind of guy you just want to go out and have a beer with.
Of course, we're very concerned about him.
Margie Mason of Southfield couldn't believe her eyes and ears this morning when she learned that Matt Mica, a young man she's known most of his life, took several bullets in the chest on that Arlington, Virginia bowl field. He lived in this house across the street from her on Spring Hill in Southfield. He babysat her children and delivered a cake to her as a welcome gift when she moved to the neighborhood 30 years ago.
It really demonstrates the kindness of their family, and he comes from a family of 3 children, and they're all brilliant and just a very, very wonderful family.
Later, Matt worked as a congressional staffer to 2 Michigan congressmen, Camp and Wahlberg, and in Lansing before that. They put out statements saying they're all praying for him tonight. For the past 6 years, Matt has worked as a lobbyist for the Tyson Food Company in Washington, D.C. Well-known governmental affairs staffer Mickey Blashfield befriended Matt at the Mackinac Conference years ago and told Local 4 News he couldn't believe it when his friend Matt turned up in surgery after the shooting.
He absolutely is a hard worker, and it didn't surprise me that he was there at the crack of dawn this morning with a baseball game with some colleagues. He was probably the one bringing some coffee and bagels along as well, too.
Now, he is listed in critical condition this afternoon after his surgery. It could be 3, maybe 4, even 5 gunshot wounds to the chest, and we're still going to wait to see what his prognosis is. His friends say that he was a very good baseball player. He is a very good baseball player. That's why he was there. He thoroughly enjoyed being with the team and wanted to be there, and they clearly have many prayers going out for him tonight. Back to you, Dan.
It's got to be a horrendous time for his family, Rod. Have we heard from them?
Yes, we attempted to reach out to the family, and they are put out a statement this afternoon. They have jetted to Washington, D.C. Yeah. They are there to be by his side, and again, they are praying with him and hoping that he can recover as well, sir.
Yeah, we are too. All right, Rod. In fact, we will update his condition as we learn more, and our coverage will continue on this tragedy both on air and online at clickondetroit.com. We've got updates by the minute to this breaking story there, and you can find all of the links right there on the top stories section.